Well, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to episode number 4 of Tales of the Jedi. No, not Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire. You know why it is? It's just because I've been going back and looking at my reactions to the first episode, and I mentioned Tales of the Jedi. That's why it's in my head. Tales of the Empire. My apologies. And specifically, we're beginning the second story of Barriss Offee and her journey to becoming an Inquisitor. This is going to be an interesting one because for so long people were asking the question, what happened to Barriss Offee? She gets captured by the Republic after trying to, frame Ahsoka, and then we don't really hear from her again. She just disappears. We know that her master, Luminara, ends up being captured and killed by the Empire, but we don't know much about her. And so when, again, the trailer came out last month, I think people were excited to see her back on screen. The idea that she is not around, or at least not mentioned whenever the Inquisitors have been on screen, probably says to me that she doesn't last long with the Inquisitors. Maybe she will have a change of heart. But I'm very interested to see, firstly, the Grand Inquisitor and Jason Isaacs back on screen. And just getting to see the process of, how you become an Inquisitor and what their kind of initiation is like. Because, again, it's those little details that don't matter in the long run, but I really find them super intriguing. So, yes, we're going to jump in and watch episode number 4 of Tales of the Empire. Oh, this is going to be during Order 66, isn't it? She's going to be feeling the effects through the Force. And that's going to be the Burning Temple. Nice.
Tell me what's happening. Has there been an attack?
Just be glad you're not a Jedi anymore.
Suppose.
Tomorrow, they won't exist.
Yeah, they would have been straight in there and executing her. But I mean, is there really a difference? Because they tried to kill Ahsoka, and she wasn't part of the Order. So it makes me think, was Barriss specifically left out of the Order?
Stand up, Barriss Offee.
Oh, so she's the Inquisitor that we don't really know much about.
Lynn?
Her name is Lynn.
I don't go by that name anymore. It seems you were right after all. The Jedi tried to assassinate Chancellor Palpatine.
She's bought into the propaganda.
What does this mean for me?
A rare and precious opportunity. Will you take it?
Become an Inquisitor or die. I think that's literally the choice she's got. It's Mustafar. I'm guessing this is going to be Fortress Inquisitoris. They're building it. Nice. It's kind of strange seeing the clones again after... I assumed we wouldn't see them again following the Bad Batch.
Barriss.
Dante.
Oh dear. I see where this is going.
It's good to see a familiar face. What empire?
The Republic has been reorganized into the First Galactic Empire, Barriss Offee. Out of chaos...
I love the extra detailing on his face. Again, another convert, like Thrawn, another converted character from the Rebels to this animated style.
This task today.
Makes you wonder how long were they building this place before the Empire became a thing.
What he said back there?
Oh, look at that background. If only they'd had that in the show. instead of it being overcast and rainy.
Follow me.
She's gonna have to kill that Dante, isn't she?
Your friend had a terrible accident.
Yep.
Sadly, we must proceed without him.
Huh.
I told him not to go.
But I will help you overcome this weakness.
I don't understand.
Compassion.
Take this weapon and attack me.
Oh, that might not work out so well.
Try again.
Keep in mind, it's the same guy that couldn't foresee someone stabbing him in the stomach.
Better.
Oof. Now she's pissed. We're actually getting to see some dark side training, which I'm liking.
Perhaps you're not as powerful as we...
Oh, yes. Just need a lightsaber. How was that predictable, eh, bitch? He likes it.
You may choose not to fight, of course. In which case, both of you will die.
Oh, wow, okay. That's, yeah, I'd fight.
We don't have to do this.
Nope, you do.
They won't kill us.
Yes, they will.
Killed Amar, didn't they?
And it's a red blade.
What are you doing?
Embracing the future.
See, he's got the right idea, but I get the feeling he's not going to be strong enough. Oh, yes. She doesn't need a lightsaber. Here's your congratulatory helmet.
Welcome, sister.
And also a coupon for Dax's Diner.
Brothers, sisters, enter.
Ooh, there's Marek. And there's the bitch that got owned by Ahsoka.
Now it is time you meet your new master.
Here he is. Oh boy, this is ironic, isn't it? You've met him before, Barriss. And he looks so good in animation. Look at that. Look how good he looks. And he knows it. Yeah, I'm all for the dark side training, the initiations, you know, just getting to see how things work. You know, we in the Bad Batch, we got to see the transition from the perspective of the clones, which was great. You know, to see how the inner workings of the Republic was sort of smoothed into the workings of the Empire. And here we see, you know, already there's a lot of work gone into it. I mean, there's only 4 Inquisitors, 5 if you count the Grand Inquisitor at this point. And clearly there's no indication that being called the second sister or the third sister has an indication as to how early you joined. It's just a name, I guess. But I really liked... And again, it's fairly obvious how the Empire would want you to be initiated. You know, it's survival of the fittest. It's wring out any last iota of compassion, you know, of Jedi teaching that, you know, there would have been. And, you know, seeing Barriss still have that kind of hesitation makes me think that there is still kind of hope that she might, you know, turn around and say, actually, you know what, I don't fit in here. I'm not a dark side, you know, Force user, not an Inquisitor. And it is interesting as well that, you know, obviously during Order 66 at the very beginning there, she was very much aware of what was going on. And the clones were very much aware of their orders, and they didn't kill her because they clearly saw her as not a Jedi. Now, does that mean, because, you know, Ahsoka was in the same position, Ahsoka was not part of the Jedi Order, but the clones still tried to kill her. So does that mean that Barriss Offee, her speech at the trial, and her reprieve from the Emperor, maybe she was taken out of the definition of Order 66? You know, or was Ahsoka, because she was just on a mission with the Jedi, because she was so close to Anakin, you know, maybe it was specific to her. You know, it's always interesting to think about those things, you know, about the fact that, well, why is it that someone who's not a Jedi got a reprieve and someone else who was also not a Jedi didn't get a reprieve? But, you know, again, small little details. What I really liked here, again, is the animation quality just makes all these scenes look so beautiful. You know, the red palette, the dark armor, you know, and seeing Fortress Inquisitorius being constructed and seeing the planet as it should be, you know, not covered in grey cloud that looks like it could have been in the North Atlantic. You know, we got to see the beautiful setting. You know, in the background you can see the worlds, you know, in the sky. You can see Mustafar, you know, and that's what, you know, in the Kenobi series I was really disappointed at how bland everything looked when it came to, you know, the fortress, and here it was back to looking vibrant like in Fallen Order. You know, it was great to see them go back to those roots, but it does make me wonder, how long were they actually building that place? Because clearly they've got most of it constructed underwater, and this takes place probably a few weeks to a couple of months within the fall of the Republic. So it makes you wonder again, how long has Palpatine been constructing these, you know, facilities that would be ultimately used for the Empire? You know, Starkiller Base is another one that, you know, they start working on, the Death Star. You know, there's so many things that are being built whilst we're still part of the Republic that, you know, you don't really think about, but there's, you know, there's a good portion of the construction already done here. So, fantastic first episode. Really looking forward to seeing where this story goes and seeing, you know, if we can learn more about some of the other Inquisitors, because right now, all the Inquisitors that we see outside of the Grand Inquisitor are people that we barely know anything about. You know, we know how they meet their ends, or at least for two of them we do, Marok and the unnamed one who Ahsoka defeats in Tales of the Jedi. So, you know, it would be interesting to see, again, how, you know, we pick up on things with the Inquisitors, and if, you know, we get to learn more about them. So I'm going to go and watch the next episode straight away. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next episode.